You break my heart, break my hope, make me so down in loneliness.
When a 17-year-old blind girl from Indonesia walked onto the America's Got Talent stage in 2023, nobody expected what would happen next. This wasn't just another talented singer looking for her big break. This was a moment that would stop Simon Cowell in his tracks, force him to climb onto the stage mid-audition, and lead to one of the most emotional golden buzzer moments in Egg Tea history. What happened to Putri Ariani after that breathtaking performance shocked the world, launched an international music career, and proved that sometimes the voice of an angel comes from the most unexpected places. Her journey from winning Indonesia's Got Talent as an 8-year-old to becoming a global sensation collaborating with world-renowned artists is nothing short of extraordinary. Putri Ariani was an undeniable force from the moment her fingers touched those piano keys. With her angelic voice, raw emotional power, and ability to move audiences to tears with a single note, this young singer from Yogyakarta commanded attention in a way that transcended language, culture, and even sight itself. Born prematurely and declared totally blind at just 3 months old due to retinopathy of prematurity, Putri faced obstacles that would have crushed most people's dreams before they even began. But behind the standing ovations and viral videos lay a story of relentless determination. A family that refused to let their daughter's blindness define her limits, and a dream that burned so bright it couldn't be dimmed by any challenge. From facing bullies who only saw her disability to standing on the biggest stage in American television. From heartbreaking elimination to global collaboration with superstar DJ Alan Walker, Putri's journey proves that true talent knows no boundaries. Join us as we tell you what really happened to Putri Ariani from America's Got Talent. The atmosphere inside the AT Auditorium was electric with anticipation as 17-year-old Putri Ariani made her way to center stage. This was her first time in the United States, her first time performing for an American audience, and the culmination of a dream she'd held since childhood. As she sat at the piano, her hands finding the keys with practiced ease, you could feel the energy shift in the room. Judges Simon Cowell, Sofia Vergara, Heidi Klum, and Howie Mandel leaned forward, curious about this young woman wearing traditional hijab who'd traveled halfway around the world for this moment. When Sofia asked how long she'd been singing, Putri's response drew laughter and immediately showed her personality. "Maybe since I was born," she said with a bright smile that lit up the entire stage. What the judges didn't know in those opening moments was the incredible journey that had brought Putri to this exact spot. Born on December 31st, 2005, in Bangkinang, Riau, Indonesia, to parents Ismawan Kurnianto and Reni Alfianti, Putri came into this world fighting. She was born prematurely after only 6 months of pregnancy, a fragile beginning that would shape the rest of her life. Her parents rushed her to Singapore for treatment, desperate to save their daughter's vision. But despite surgery on her right eye, the diagnosis was devastating. Retinopathy of prematurity had stolen her sight. At just 3 months old, Putri was declared completely blind. But her grandmother Asnalawati noticed something miraculous. This tiny child responded to music in ways that went beyond simple enjoyment. By age 2, Putri was imitating sounds and melodies with startling accuracy. She taught herself to sing without a single vocal lesson, her gift emerging naturally like flowers pushing through concrete. Putri told the judges about her dreams, about wanting to attend the prestigious Juilliard School of Music, about hoping to win Grammy Awards someday. Then she began to play. Her original song Loneliness filled the auditorium with haunting beauty, her voice carrying emotions that seemed impossible for someone so young to convey. "You break my heart, break my hope," she sang, her fingers dancing across the piano keys she couldn't see but knew intimately. The audience sat in stunned silence, many wiping tears from their eyes as this blind teenager poured her soul into every note. When she hit her final chord, something unprecedented happened. Simon Cowell stood up immediately and walked onto the stage while everyone else erupted in applause. "Hi, Putri, this is Simon," he said, leaning down beside the piano bench where she sat. The moment was intimate and powerful, Simon's voice filled with genuine emotion rather than his typical critical distance. He told her father, who'd rushed out to help guide her, that her voice was amazing and asked if she would sing another song. Putri's face lit up with joy and surprise. She quickly agreed and dedicated her second performance to Simon himself, launching into Elton John's "Sorry Seems to Be the Hardest Word." If the first song had been beautiful, this second performance was transcendent. Putri's voice soared through the classic ballad with maturity, control that professional singers spend decades trying to achieve. When she finished, the audience didn't just stand, they erupted. People were crying openly, recording on their phones, screaming her name. Sofia Vergara was the first judge to speak, her voice thick with emotion. "I don't think I've ever heard something more beautiful in my life. We're all mesmerized by you, your voice. You are an angel." Howie Mandel couldn't contain his enthusiasm. "A lot of people don't believe in angels, and I think one just landed on our stage. You're a superstar." Heidi Klum praised her beautiful voice, while Simon, visibly moved in a way viewers rarely saw, talked about her distinctive sound and the glow she radiated on stage. Then Putri revealed something that made everyone gasp. That first song, "Loneliness," wasn't a cover. It was completely original, written by this 17-year-old blind girl from Indonesia. The standing ovation intensified. Simon asked about her Juilliard dreams, and you could see him making a decision in real time. His hand moved to the golden buzzer and slammed down hard. Gold confetti exploded from the ceiling as Putri jumped up and down, her parents rushing the stage to embrace their daughter. Simon himself came back onto the stage for a hug, telling Putri and the cameras that she was one of the best singers we've ever had on our show. Host Terry Crews asked Simon to explain his golden buzzer choice, and Simon's response was simple and profound. He saw something special, something rare, something that deserved to go straight to the live shows. The reaction on social media was immediate and explosive. Putri's audition video went viral within hours, trending in over 30 countries. Within weeks, it had accumulated over 38 million views on YouTube alone. Today, that number sits at over 53 million views, making it one of the most watched act auditions of all time. Comments flooded in from around the world. People praised her incredible talent, her inspiring story, her pure emotional delivery. Parents showed the video to their children as an example of pursuing dreams despite obstacles. Music lovers dissected her vocal technique, amazed at her control and range. Back in Indonesia, Putri became a national sensation overnight. President Joko Widodo personally invited Putri and her family to visit the state palace, celebrating her as a source of pride for the entire nation. But the journey was far from over, and what came next would test everything she'd built. The path to the AGT finals wasn't easy, despite the golden buzzer's automatic advancement to the live shows. Putri faced immense pressure as she prepared for her next performances. The expectations were sky high after that viral audition. Critics questioned whether she could maintain that level of excellence week after week. Some viewers worried that the emotional impact of her first performance couldn't be replicated, that maybe the surprise factor had been the real magic. Behind the scenes, Putri struggled with the weight of representing not just herself but her entire country, all disabled performers, and everyone who'd ever been told their dreams were impossible. What America's Got Talent didn't show viewers was the full depth of challenges Putri had overcome just to reach that stage. Growing up blind in Indonesia meant facing constant discrimination and low expectations. She admitted in interviews that her biggest challenge was people looking at her only as a blind person rather than as a musician. Bullies targeted her throughout her childhood because of her disability, trying to crush her spirit and make her feel less than. There were countless moments of doubt, times when the cruelty of others made her question whether she should keep pursuing music. But Putri had something many performers never find: an unshakable belief that her voice could make a difference. Her parents, Ismawan and Rini, supported her dreams even when it meant tremendous sacrifice. They enrolled her in SMK Negeri Kesihan, also known as Yogyakarta Music High School, where she majored in flute and performed solo vocals at school concerts. They drove her to recording sessions, helped her navigate a world designed for sighted people, and never once suggested she should settle for a safer path. Her grandmother Asnilawadi, who first introduced Putri to music, remained one of her biggest cheerleaders. The family's unwavering support created a foundation strong enough to hold up Putri's massive dreams. What many active viewers didn't know was that Putri was already a champion before she ever stepped on the American stage. In 2014, at just 8 years old, she won Indonesia's Got Talent with a stunning performance of Beyoncé's Listen that left judges in tears. That audition alone has over 13 million views on YouTube. Following her win, Putri received a nomination for Best New Artist at the Indonesian Music Awards. She competed on The Voice Kids Indonesia Season 2 in 2017, though she was eliminated during the sing-off round. She performed Song of Victory at the opening ceremony of the 2018 Asian Para Games in Jakarta, representing her country on an international stage. She released a full album and numerous singles before ACT, building a legitimate music career that existed completely independent of reality television. Yet despite all those accomplishments, some critics still questioned her legitimacy. Online comments accused her of being a plant, claiming ACT had manufactured her story for ratings. Others suggested her blindness was the only reason she'd gotten a golden buzzer, diminishing her actual vocal talent. The criticism stung. But Putri responded the only way she knew how, by preparing to prove every doubter wrong with her next performance. It was during the live shows on September 5, 2023, that Putri truly silenced critics and cemented her place as a generational talent. She chose to perform U2's 1987 classic, I Still Haven't Found What I'm Looking For, a song selection that carried special significance. U2 typically doesn't clear their songs for talent competitions, protective of their catalog, and selective about who covers their music. But when Bono and the band saw Putri's audition, they made an exception specifically for her. They cleared the song because they recognized something extraordinary in this young blind singer from Indonesia. Putri walked onto the ACT stage with quiet confidence, her hand guided to the piano where she belonged. When the music started and her voice emerged, something magical happened. This wasn't just a cover, it was a complete reimagining. Putri's angelic vocals soared through the verses with stunning clarity, each note perfectly placed, each phrase dripping with emotion that seemed to come from someplace deep. True. Her high notes were breathtaking, hitting peaks that sent chills racing down spines throughout the auditorium. The audience stood almost immediately, phones raised to capture this transcendent moment, tears streaming down countless faces as they witnessed something truly special. Simon Cowell sat speechless during the performance, a rarity for the notoriously vocal judge. When Putri finished, the standing ovation was instantaneous and thunderous. All 4 judges were on their feet, clapping with genuine enthusiasm rather than polite obligation. Simon spoke first, his voice filled with emotion. I'm actually kind of speechless right now. What I was thinking was, first of all, what a beautiful voice you've got. What a beautiful version. Honestly, Putri, this is why I still do this job, for moments like this. Genuinely, that was so beautiful. And I want to thank you too, because they don't clear their songs. I understand a lot of bands don't clear their songs, but they cleared this song for Putri to sing because they saw her audition, and they knew how much this would mean to her. Sofia Vergara's response was equally powerful. I don't think I've ever heard something more beautiful in my life. That was spectacular. Every note, the feeling. What you were making us feel. It was amazing. One of my favorite songs of all time. I think this was the perfect act. Heidi and Howie added their praise, both predicting that Putri would make it all the way to the finals. The result was announced moments later. Putri was voted into the top 2 alongside the Mzansi Youth Choir, advancing to the top 11 and securing her spot in the September finale. Social media exploded once again. Twitter and Instagram flooded with reactions. Hashtags about Putri trending worldwide. Viewers called it the best performance of the season, with many claiming she'd already won the competition regardless of the final results. Music critics wrote articles analyzing her technique and artistry. Even Bono himself reportedly sent personal congratulations, moved by what she'd done with his band's song. The performance video racked up millions of views within hours, cementing Putri's status as not just an egged contestant, but a genuine global phenomenon. For the finals, Putri returned to the Elton John songbook that had served her so well, choosing Don't Let the Sun Go Down on Me for her ultimate performance. This time she was backed by a full choir, adding layers of richness to her already stunning vocals. She started with angelic riffs that showcased her range, then built intensity as the chorus hit, her voice picking up power that sent electricity through the entire theater. She wrapped up with impressive high notes that earned yet another standing ovation from all 4 judges and the entire audience. Simon's assessment was simple but profound. You are one of those rare little diamonds we come across every few years who is naturally born to do this. And you've overcome so much in your life to hopefully fulfill your dream on this show, and boy, after that, do you deserve it? When the final results were announced on September 27, 2023, Putri Ariani finished in 4th place. Italian dog trainer Adrian Stoica and his dog Hurricane won the competition, followed by magician Anna de Guzman in 2nd and dance group Murmuration in 3rd. The audience's disappointment was audible, many having predicted and hoped for a Putri victory. She appeared devastated on stage, the weight of falling short of the ultimate prize visible on her young face. But Simon Cowell immediately offered words of comfort and perspective. Nobody can take away the fact that you are an amazing singer and performer and person, he told her, his voice filled with genuine affection and respect. Today, Putri Ariani's life looks dramatically different than it did before that viral act audition. Rather than letting 4th place define her, she used the platform as a springboard for an international career that continues accelerating. Just 2 months after act ended in November 2023, Putri released Perfect Liar, an original single that showcased her growth as both a vocalist and songwriter. The song demonstrated her ability to tackle contemporary pop sound while maintaining the emotional authenticity that made her special. Then in January 2024 came the collaboration that would change everything. Superstar Norwegian DJ and producer Alan Walker, who'd been moved by Putri's act performances, reached out to work with her on a track about embracing individuality and following your own path despite societal pressure. The resulting song, Who I Am, featuring Putri alongside Norwegian singer Peter Elias, was released on January 4, 2024. The response was phenomenal. The track currently has nearly 50 million streams on Spotify, making it Putri's most successful song to date. The music video, filmed in the stunning Indalsnes Mountains of Norway, has been viewed over 9 million times. Putri, who came from tropical Indonesia, braved intense Norwegian winter winds for the shoot, her dedication to her craft evident in every frame. The collaboration with Alan Walker opened doors to even more opportunities. Putri became a featured performer on Walker's Walker World Asia tour, performing to massive crowds alongside the internationally famous DJ. She appeared at his concert in Jakarta in June 2024, opening the show and later joining Walker on stage for Who I Am, driving the audience wild with their live duet. The partnership proved that Putri belonged on the world stage, not as a novelty or inspiration, but as a legitimate artist with mainstream appeal. In November 2024, Putri released her debut English-language album titled Evolve, a 15-track collection that includes her hit singles Loneliness, Perfect Liar, and Who I Am alongside 12 new songs. The lead single Sheepish showcases her R&B vocal prowess with a slow-building ballad that highlights her emotional range. But she balanced it with Crown, a stirring independence anthem that became the album's centerpiece. The music video for Crown, directed by her father Ismawan, depicts her journey from struggle to success, a visual representation of everything she's overcome. The album launch featured an exclusive Evolve charity gala in California, where ticket proceeds were donated to orphanages in Indonesia, showing Putri's commitment to giving back. Putri's achievements extend beyond music. In 2024, she enrolled at Gadjah Mada University, one of Indonesia's most prestigious institutions, studying law through a special pathway for talented students in the choir and vocal arts branch. She was selected to represent new students at the university's alma mater jacket pinning ceremony, an honor that recognizes her academic potential alongside her artistic success. She won the Indonesian Music Award for Duo of the Year for her collaboration with Dewa Bujana on Cintaku Untukmu. She performed at the Asian Television Awards in November 2024, debuting Crown to an international audience of industry professionals. Her social media following has exploded since ACT. She now has over 1.7 million followers on TikTok, 438,000 YouTube subscribers, and hundreds of thousands across Instagram and other platforms. Fans from around the world follow her journey, celebrating every new release and performance. She maintains an active performance schedule, including shows in Las Vegas and venues across Indonesia and Asia. Her message to aspiring artists remains consistent and powerful. Keep trying your best, don't give up, and never let others' judgments determine your worth or limit your potential. Putri still credits her family as the foundation of everything she's achieved. Her parents' sacrifice of resources, time, and energy to support her dreams. Her grandmother's early introduction to music that sparked everything. Her younger sister Davina Elysia, who collaborated with Putri on the emotional album track If Love Was Never There, a song about missing her sister who's constantly traveling for performances. The Ariani family's love and belief created the environment where Putri's impossible dreams could become reality. When asked about her experience on ACT, Putri describes it as a wonderful journey and a new beginning rather than an ending. She expressed gratitude for the platform, the exposure, and especially Simon Cowell's golden buzzer that changed her life. She encourages people to see her as a musician who happens to be blind, rather than a blind person who happens to sing. My biggest challenge is people look at me just as a blind person, she's explained. But when I'm singing, I feel like a silver star. Her motto, "We are able. We are capable. We are equal," reflects her belief that disability doesn't diminish human potential or worth. Putri Ariani's incredible journey from that 8-year-old winning Indonesia's Got Talent to the 17-year-old who stopped Simon Cowell in his tracks to the 19-year-old releasing international albums and touring with world-famous artists proves that talent combined with determination can overcome any obstacle. She didn't win America's Got Talent, but she won something far more valuable, a sustainable global career built on undeniable talent, authentic emotion, and genuine connection with audiences across cultures and continents. Simon was right when he called her one of the best singers ACT has ever had. What he couldn't have known was that her journey was just beginning, that the golden buzzer moment would be remembered not as her peak, but as her launching pad into international stardom. Thank you so much for joining us on this remarkable journey through Putri Ariani's transformation from Indonesian prodigy to global sensation. What do you think about Putri's incredible story and her refusal to let blindness define her limits? Which of her performances moved you most deeply? The emotional ACT audition, her breathtaking U2 cover, or her powerful original songs? Let us know in the comments below. And which talent show contestant should we cover next? Drop your suggestions and we'll dive deep into their inspiring stories too. Don't forget to subscribe and hit that notification bell so you never miss another uplifting story about the talented performers who capture our hearts and prove that dreams have no boundaries. As for Putri Ariani, her story is far from over, and we absolutely cannot wait to see what heights this angelic voice will reach next in her already extraordinary and inspiring career.